One guy I know that everybody was really high on coming into the year was Luis Robert, and he started off really hot. I mean, he was setting the world on fire, but definitely regressed as the season went on. Going to drop him to a 4-star. We're not going to hammer him too much. He only had 202 ABs, flexed some power. Like I said, got off to that super hot start. Same thing with Kyle Lewis. But got off to that super hot start, and then we're like, oh yeah, this is the guy, right? And, you know, didn't exactly end up going that way. So he hit a bit better versus lefties. Power-wise, roughly about the same versus righties and lefties. So we're going to give him a bump on his power. This is undercutting him in a bit, I feel like, but like I always say, I want to see more data out of him. Bump his speed numbers up. Yeah, like I said, I want to see more out of him first before I go ahead and fully hammer him or give him that upgrade. It's all statistics based. It's not based on the eye test or anything like that. Whenever I do these ratings, purely statistical based. And these change from year to year. Guys who have bought rosters who have seen my videos before, you guys know what's up. You know how I do it. Nick Madrigal, he's the guy we're throwing in. He had limited ABs, but he did have some success. So I just want to go ahead and give him like a mini bump up 10, so that come next season, he's not having the attributes of a AAA guy, for instance. So bump him up a little bit. Go ahead and give him a little bit more in the way of hot zones as well. And while I'm at it, there's a couple more guys I want to give mini bumps to as well. So while I'm at it, there's a couple more guys I want to give some bumps to as well. Didn't have many ABs during the season, but he definitely flexed and showed what's up. That's Alec Bohm. Instead of the 10, we're going to go ahead and give him 15 for each, based on his performance. Because he was coming from a position where he was basically a AA guy. So mainly we're just looking at his batting right now. And drop him back here a little bit. And again, as I said, the reason I do these this way is so that when you get the game in 2021, Alec Bohm and guys like him, they aren't still AA or AAA caliber guys. They would be guys that can hold their own in MLB, which is where you assume they'll start next year. Luis Garcia is another guy, and we're talking about the Nationals version. Again, he was a guy, also AA type guy, 5-star. He's another guy that I think deserves a 15-point bump. Now again, speed, fielding, somewhat plate discipline, things like that. We'll go ahead and leave him as is until he gets a lot of ABs next year. And then after next year, or around the All-Star break next year, we can go ahead and get a full ratings update on him. But for now, performance-wise, he definitely earned that bump. Willi Castro is another guy, another under-the-radar guy that you may not think about. And as you see here, I didn't even have him in MLB. He's a guy that had some ABs this year, about 129. Last year, 100. So at the very least, I wanted to go ahead and give him kind of a mini bump up because he performed well. Overall, in his career, he's about 300. after he killed it this year. Plays for Detroit, right? Obviously, you know how that goes. So, shortstop, third baseman, they say, so let's go ahead and change that. 4-star guy, we'll go ahead and leave him like that. Go ahead and adjust his hot zones here. Switch hitter here with Willi Castro. So I'm looking at his splits here, and he actually hits lefties better as a righty batter. 326 versus lefties, 291 versus righties. No slouch versus righties either. Now again, we're not going all the way with the updates. He's got decent pop, more so versus lefties as a righty. He's got decent pop. Like I said, we're not going to go with the full on. We want to wait to get more data from him. Speed-wise, actually, 0 stolen bases. He was 0 for 4. So we'll drop his speed back a little bit. Fielding-wise, bump him up. So that's Willi Castro right there. We'll go ahead and leave that the same for now. Actually, we'll go ahead and drop these down a little bit since he did perform well. So there's Willi Castro, everyone. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like I do with all of my videos, and there'll be a lot more. I'll do some more next week. But in the meantime, if you guys have any recommendations, I say this in every video, if you have any recommendations, or there's guys you want to see. Right now I'm focusing on the young guys, but if you have a guy that had a super killer year, he's your guy, he's on your team, if you want to see that guy, just go ahead and leave that comment for me, and then I'll go ahead and add those guys in with my next batch when I do that next week or in successive weeks. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, keep enjoying MVP, and hopefully these updates give you a little bit of insight and then a little bit of guidance if you're doing your own updates at home. Just kind of showing you the sources I look at. Again, it's Fangraphs and Baseball Reference. Use ESPN a little bit as well, but hopefully it gives you kind of some insight and guidance to how I do my updates and gives you kind of a framework when you're doing your own. Take care, everybody.